Bruce Fink brilliantly talks about the notion of alienation and separation, right? Alienation is kind of like, as you will know, the initial distance that the infant experiences as they begin to become a subject. They experience this distance from the mother other, right? And if that doesn't happen, the technical term for this not happening is you become Irish, right? That's why, by the way, they say Jesus was Irish, because he lived with his mum till he was 30. Yeah. And she thought he was God. So this separation, psychosis is the technical example. There's a failure of this separation. And if you look at Leon Bruner's work, potentially autism is you're not even woven in the first place, if it's a different clinical structure, which I think is very interesting. But this alienation is this first kind of distancing, and then separation. That's the know of the Father. The know of the Father is the initial distance. And then the name of the Father is where you kind of encounter not only that you are separate from the other, but the other is separate from themselves, right? So that's kind of where separation happens. And perversion is where there's a failure of that second cut. Again, Fink talks about this very powerfully. So for the perverse structure, the child imagines that they can be the answer to the other's jouissance. The child can plug up the demand of the other, right? So it's not that the other has desire, the other has a demand that can be fulfilled. You can be the object of the other's pleasure. Once you go from demand to desire, you get into the world of, well, you can't plug up the desire of the other. You know, their desire is fluid, is multiple, and you encounter a fundamental lack in the other, which kind of manifests as desire. So in a similar way, most religions, all religions, I would say, is religion as such could be described as alienation, where you feel that you're distanced from the absolute in some way. Now, Eastern religions, it's often an illusion to see through. And in Western religions, it's often an ontological fall that has to be overcome. But it's still the idea that there is a wholeness, a oneness, a completeness, an oceanic womb-like experience that we have been separated from, alienated from, and we want to return to that. And religion offers us ways to have enlightenment or return. In radical theology, it goes the opposite direction. Instead of trying to overcome alienation, it redoubles alienation and separation. In other words, you go, oh, the absolute itself, or God, is riven with unknowing.